Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video, we take a look at the story and secrets found within Cryptic Game Jam project Amanda the Adventurer. I recently played through this creepy VHS horror project on the channel, but was left pondering what it all meant and what secrets were hidden beyond my initial first look. So sit back, relax, and let's take an adventure into VHS horror. To begin this video and familiarise you all with the game, let's take a look at each of the 3 VHS tapes that make up this short horror experience. The premise for Amanda the Adventurer is, in the creator's own words, as follows. Digging through your attic, you found a box set of old children's TV show Amanda the Adventurer, starring a brave girl named Amanda and a cowardly sheep named Wooly. You don't recall any specific episodes or characters in the show exactly, or much about it at all come to think about it, but it still feels strangely familiar. Curiosity takes hold and you decide to watch the tapes and let nostalgia take you back to a simpler age. And so we begin to play the tapes. The first tape sees Amanda and Wooly introduce themselves and then go to the market to pick up some apples, though Amanda seems oddly pushy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Wooly.
And I love apples. Do you like apples?
I'm allergic to apples.
That's okay. You should never be afraid to try something new.
But we don't even know where the store is.
Do you know where the store is? Yeah, that's right. Let's go. We're at the store.
It sure looks crowded. Bah.
And look, there are apples. Can you see apples? Good job! Now we can make apple pies.
Tape 2 sees things take a darker tone. It begins with Wooly trying to warn us before he is interrupted by Amanda.
Oh, it's you. Okay, we don't have much time. Whatever you do, don't...
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda.
I'm Wooly.
Following this, we are instructed to pick up meat for Grandma from the butcher's shop, despite Grandma apparently being a vegetarian. And from there, things become more sinister and creepy. The butcher chopping up meat as Amanda looks at Wooly in a threatening manner. The third tape has a very different tone and art style to the cartoonish, kid-friendly vibe of the previous 2. This time, Amanda's surroundings have an almost photorealistic look, and she is alone with no sign of Wooly. An old house shrouded in darkness stands behind her, and to the right of the screen, we see a run-down playground area. Amanda also seems far more excitable, but in a rather disturbing and unhinged way.
It's dark out. Let's go home. Knock on the door.
She urges us to open the door to the house, at which point something creepy awaits us. With that, the game comes to a close, but there is a secret story here beyond what the game initially presents, so let's dig a little deeper and look at some of these secrets. Now we've taken a quick look at a typical playthrough of these mysterious tapes and their content, let us don our detective hats and take a closer look at things. You see, there are many secrets hidden within these recordings, and some that reside outside of the game too. For example, if we go to Amanda's GameJolt page, you will see a brief description which sets up its premise and features. One of these bullet points is hard to read, but on close inspection, we can see it's a message from someone or something. It reads, "Let me out." Who this message is from is a mystery, but suggests someone or something is trapped within these tapes. Next, let's take a look at the tapes themselves. During the opening of tape 1, if we look at the bush at the bottom right of the screen, we can clearly see a small shadow lurking behind it. Now this is almost certainly the dark entity controlling Amanda, hiding in the background. At the end of tape 1, a credits roll scrolls up super fast. These credits contain a hidden message, but it's only clear to see when we slow things right down. Turn the TV off now. In tape 3, clicking on the playground instead of a house makes it disappear, but also removes the moon from the sky. It is often said demonic and ghostly activity increases during a lunar cycle, and so this detail is interesting to note, even though it doesn't directly affect anything else in the game. Also in tape 3, you may have noticed Amanda asks us to type something, but so slowly it's almost impossible to tell what she's saying. Speed this up and we can make out her request. She asks us to say hello. We can only type hello in full if we copy and paste it from a WordPad document, though nothing actually changes by doing this. We looked at what happens if we give Amanda the answers she desires, but what if we defy her? Well, by entering wrong answers, Amanda grows visibly more frustrated and eventually becomes angry. If we continue to defy her, she forces us to type the correct response. Here is a quick montage of her responses if we give her only incorrect answers.
Do you like apples?
I'm allergic to apples.
Do you know where the store is? Do you know where the store is? Do you know where the store is? Yeah, that's right. Let's go. There are apples. Can you say apple? Say apple. Apple. Good job! Now we can make apple pie. Today, we're going to get meat for Grandma.
But isn't Grandma a vegetarian?
Can you tell us where the butcher is? Can you tell us where the butcher is? The butcher? There it is. Let's go. Hello, meat man. Can you tell the meat man what we need? Can you tell the meat man what we need? Tell him what we need. That's right. It's dark out. Let's go home. Home! Point to the house. Knock on the door. I want to go inside. Let me in.
The final secrets are found outside of the tapes themselves, appearing as images that flash up in the form of single frames on the television set. These images appear to be photographs, and one in particular is pretty gruesome. The first image is of a person, and while it is distorted and blurry, we can make out that this person seems to be a murder victim, their mouth wide and face covered in blood. The next image seems to be of a lockbox or storage box, and atop it are a set of dusty VHS tapes, perhaps the very videotapes we now have in our possession. There are a few other brief flickers, but they are too distorted to clearly make out. The third image is clearer and appears to be of an elevator door, either recorded from the perspective of someone within the elevator as the door is opening, or someone approaching the elevator from the hall outside. That just about wraps up the secrets of Amanda the Adventurer, but what about the story? What does it all mean? Well, let's bring together our findings and make some educated guesses. We know our character in this game is an adult, as they picked up the Amanda the Adventurer box set to relive childhood nostalgia, although it seems they don't actually remember exactly where and when they saw this show in the first place. This suggests the tapes themselves are haunted and the show a work of fiction, created by the demonic entity seen at the end of the final recording as a way to lure in its victims. This brings me to the conclusion that the brief snippets of imagery seen on the TV screen outside of these VHS tapes reveal the backstory of the original victims of this tape, the spirits of those now trapped within the Amanda show, who make up Amanda and Wooly respectively. It seems the entity used these tapes to brainwash its original victim Amanda. This is why Amanda's actions are malicious throughout and seem to put Wooly in harm's way. For example, in tape 1, Wooly mentions how he is allergic to apples, but Amanda insists he should try them. While in tape 2 she leads the terrified lamb to a butcher shop, the last place such a creature would ever wish to visit. As the butcher chops up meat, Amanda looks over to her sheepish companion with a menacing glare. Now recall the image of a butchered human we see on the TV screen when we freeze frame at just the right moment. If the butcher represents the demon, then once again this tells us that Amanda was under its control when instructed to kill her companion. While there isn't much information on who Amanda and Wooly may have been before their souls were taken, the fact they both refer to the same woman as Grandma suggests they may have been brother and sister. When we look at the final tape, we see a more realistic environment, a house and playground at night. It is possible that this house and the surrounding area was the original location of the victims on this tape. The resting place of the body we see briefly flash up on the screen. Clicking the wrong areas of the screen during the end sequence at the house will lead Amanda to say the line, "Let me in," while her text on the game dev page says, "Let me out." This suggests that the entity is speaking through Amanda, this backed up by her twisted demonic appearance moments later. The demon inhabiting Amanda is trying to break free of its prison within these VHS tapes, with the viewer letting it out and then letting it in to their body, the demon transitioning from the game world into the physical plane. This is confirmed if we brighten the final image of this entity. We realise that the wallpaper behind it is the same as the wallpaper in the room we are viewing these tapes from. When we open the door, the demon's true form is revealed, and it steps out of the tape and into reality. Wooly, who doesn't seem to be possessed and was in fact aware that Amanda was being controlled like a puppet, did his best to dissuade us from interacting with the videotapes, leaving us secret messages along the way. And so, by continuing to the end of the tapes and avoiding Wooly's warnings, it is now too late and the entity claims our soul. These tapes are a way for this entity to trap and collect human souls. The victims inside Amanda and Wooly used as avatars to set a trap, enticing fresh victims, who then follow their instructions until they inadvertently free the entity once again, who then claims the viewer's soul and locks them inside the tapes. If we look to the various dancing bushes, houses and meaty objects inhabiting each cartoon, they don't exactly look happy. These are the other victims, trapped in a hell for which these videotapes act as a portal, luring victim after victim to their demise. And with that, we come to the end of this video looking at the secrets and story of Amanda the Adventurer. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it both entertaining and informative. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I will see you all on the next one.